7. We hope to see you on the Fringe. Orlando Fringe, 25 years bold.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 5 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Yesterday we saw somebody we hadn't seen in years, Robin. Mm-hmm. We saw an old friend, and happens to be a doctor, and he was blowing his nose. I won't say his name, but I remembered from years ago that he always had these allergies, and I said, "Hey, how you doing? It looks like you still got those allergies. Can you believe it?"
Yeah, right.
I just do a radio show. I'm not a doctor in any way, but he's a doctor. So he said, "Yeah, I've been fighting this all my life, whatever." Dr. Purvi Parikh is on the phone. She's a double board certified allergist and immunologist who treats both adult patients and pediatric patients. And on the phone also is Rosemary. Rosemary is a nurse and an allergic asthma adult patient. So we're going to find out about ways to identify allergic triggers that could lead to asthma symptoms, and let's find out what we need to know. Dr. Purvi Parikh, I hope I'm saying your name right, and Rosemary. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Where are you? Are you both calling from the same place?
Yes, we're both in New York.
In New York, in New York City.
New York City, yes.
Are there allergies to things in New York that we might not find in a rural setting?
Allergies do vary from city to city, but there are some staples that are across the board. Some of the year-round allergens, such as dust mites and animal dander.
Oh, dust mite. That's a living creature, right?
Yes, it is. We can't see it, but it's alive.
Okay, can you be allergic to diesel fumes?
Diesel fumes can be more of an irritant that can make your allergies worse, but it's not necessarily that you're allergic to it, but it definitely can make your allergies and asthma worse.
So does identifying the triggers help to control the symptoms?
Yes, it definitely does. May is actually National Asthma and Allergy Awareness Month, so that's why we're here on behalf of Genentech and Novartis to bring awareness to this issue, because actually most of the 25 million asthmatics in this country, 60% of them have allergic asthma. So identifying the triggers is huge for them in the treatment. Okay. So having the right diagnosis and being tested by an allergist is very important.
Okay, now you mentioned Genentech. Are those medicines?
So Genentech is a company that actually makes a medication called xolair, which is indicated for allergic asthma for anyone age 12 and above who do suffer from asthma that's triggered by allergies. This is a very good medication that can help control your asthma, especially if you're not controlled on the inhaled corticosteroids.
And Rosemary, have you just gotten your asthma as an adult, or did you experience symptoms as a child?
No, I experienced symptoms as a child, and so I've dealt with it a long time. And you have all these symptoms that wheezing, difficulty breathing, being around triggers. So, and I was actually a closet asthmatic. Didn't want people to know that I was having problems, so I'd run out of a room, use my inhaler, come back, and
oh, really?
Yeah, so not a good way to live. And I had a doctor that set me straight.
Oh, wow. And so when you find out that there is a medicine, gosh, I don't really want to make this sound like an infomercial, but to me, if the information helps somebody out there, then I want to make sure we mention it. But so anyway, when you find a medicine, that helps, that's life-changing, isn't it?
It helps a lot in especially getting asthma under control, so reducing the coughing, wheezing, shortness of breath, chest tightness. As we mentioned, that specific medication can help those with allergic asthma get it under control. There is a risk of anaphylaxis, as there is with any medication, but if people want to know more about it or about allergic asthma, they can go to xolair.com, xolair.com, and it's a great resource for patients.
Xolar? Okay.
Correct, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what kind of treatment regimentation do you have to have, Rosemary, so this doesn't escalate and get out of control?
Well, it's very important, being an asthmatic, to know to stay on your medication, and that includes a very good relationship with your doctor. And so I have been on all kinds of a long laundry list of treatments over the years. But after a particularly bad attack about 3 years ago, my allergist prescribed xolair after explaining the risk, and I have seen improvements. And so that helps to with anything else I have to do to avoid my triggers and keeping it controlled.
So what do we do? Let me ask another question first, and then tell us what do we do. And the what do we do question is basically, do we get the doctor to tell us to go get the medicine, or do we tell them, hey, I heard a radio interview, can you look into this medicine for me?
Right. So the best place to start is if you do have asthma, to see a board-certified allergist or pulmonologist, because then they can determine if you do have allergic asthma or non-allergic asthma, because the treatment varies. So usually as an allergist, we'll test people through either blood tests or skin tests to get to the root of what their triggers are, if it's dust mites or animal dander, right? Because knowing what causes it can help us control it too.
Okay, so in the middle of the winter, when the ground is completely covered with snow,
Right.
Rosemary, you never get any asthma because your asthma is triggered by.
No.
No? What's...
No. My allergies and asthma is really year-round, because I'm allergic to dust mites, pet dander, and you can't escape the dust mites. So mine is year-round, even when there's snow on the ground.
And sometimes it's worse in the winter, actually, because you're spending more time indoors with those allergens, with the dust mites and things like that. So... unfortunately, it's not just seasonal for some people.
Now, when we have a reaction to something, sometimes the doctor gives us an antihistamine. I'm guessing this would that not work?
So it can help. Antihistamines do help block allergic reactions, but sometimes for some people that may not be enough, especially if it does affect your breathing. So often when asthma is a result of your allergies, the antihistamines help, but it's not enough. And often there are other things, antihistamines may not be well tolerated. So that's why we look to other medications as well, especially if your inhaled steroids are not working.
Can I ask you to repeat the website again? Because I just went to the one I wrote down, and it's not the right one. What is the website again?
So it's www.xolair.com.
Oh, XOLAIR. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I got it. I missed the I. Okay.
And doctor, when a patient comes to you and you're diagnosing them for asthma, how do you what stands out in your testing that it is exactly asthma and nothing else?
So usually we'll do a breathing test to determine that it is asthma, and then we want to know what's causing their asthma. So usually, we'll sit down and speak with the patient, and sometimes we have to do a little bit of detective work through the allergy testing to see if the allergies are a cause of the asthma. So we'll do blood tests and skin tests to measure allergy antibodies called IgE, which are elevated in people who have allergic asthma. And since the more common cause is allergic, often we do have to do allergy testing for most of our asthmatics.
So I went to the website, and on the right side, it's a lady showing allergic asthma. But on the left side, we haven't talked about this, chronic idiopathic ulcerative, whatever that is, CIU. So there's the same medicine.
Right.
The same medicine treats another type of an allergic reaction.
Yeah. So CIU or urticaria is another word for hives. So we have a lot of patients that suffer from other allergic conditions such as hives, and since this medication helps target allergies and your triggers, it can help with that too. But today we're here mostly speaking about allergic asthma, being that it is Asthma and Allergy Awareness Month.
Is this by mouth, or is this it says injectable here? Does that mean a needle?
Yeah, so it is an injection. So it's either every 2 weeks or every 4 weeks, depending on how allergic you are.
Okay. Well, gosh, I hope we have helped somebody out there. Yeah. If you're listening and you've got some allergic reactions, ask a doctor. That's always the first advice. Write the website down so you can show it to your doctor. It's X, as in X-ray, OLAIR, like air, XOLAIR.com. You'll see exactly what we're talking about. Dr. Parikh and Rosemary, thank you, ladies, for being on the air with us today. I think you've helped a lot of people just with one interview.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
All right, we will take a break. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accidents. For Monday, partly sunny and quite pleasant, the high 84 to 89. Mainly clear Monday night, low 63 and a few inland spots near 70 along the coast. For Tuesday, partly sunny and quite warm, high 85 to 90. And Wednesday, more the same, partly sunny, the high 84 to 89. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 572-2510. That's 572-2510.
Hi, this is Brad. I want to take a moment to talk about a serious issue. In the next 5 years, the aviation industry is projected to have a shortage of commercial pilots. Now is the time to start training. Ocala Flying Club has started a scholarship for the youth of Marion County ages 17 to 24. The club will donate up to $4,000 towards a pilot's license. This will help get the student on their way to obtaining their commercial pilot license. If this sounds like something you would be interested in, or if you know someone that would be, please contact Ocala Aviation Services, 861-7484.
At Palm Garden of Ocala, we ask all Americans to take a moment from their day of leisure to reflect on the brave sacrifices of those who have given their lives for this great nation. For those veterans who stay with us for long-term care, we have special Memorial Day events to honor the fallen and a barbecue to celebrate the freedoms and life we all enjoy. Palm Garden has the privilege to serve many veterans who need short-term rehab following a hospital stay. Your veteran has the freedom to choose Palm Garden for all their rehab needs.
At Ameris Bank, we understand that there is no purchase more exciting than the purchase of a new home. We are dedicated to helping you find the mortgage that meets your needs and giving you the personal attention you deserve. Our mortgage options offer a variety of benefits, including up to 100% financing, down payment assistance, and expansive credit qualifications, all with the competitive rates and exceptional service. Call Ameris Bank today or visit amerisbank.com to learn more. We look forward to serving you.
Ameris Bank is an equal housing lender and member of FDIC, a loan subject to credit approval.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
The most trusted name in news, Fox News, every half hour, only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
WOCA.
This is the beat of a normal heart. Now this is the beat of a heart of someone who just snorted or injected or smoked methamphetamine. Why? For a high. And this is what happens to that normal heartbeat. It's irregular, it's racing, it's why it's called speed, and it can do bizarre things to our heads. It can make us aggressive and violent. We can start hallucinating and end up doing some serious damage to people. Call 1-8888-NO-METH today for more information on methamphetamine. That's 1-8888-NO-METH.
A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free Florida and America.
Career Source Citrus Levy Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source Citrus Levy Marion and learn how they can help you.
Here she is, folks.
The nuns at